awesome. It was a good day, obviously. So
what were you thinking, like, as it was unfolding?
I felt comfortable for Des at the start, and I said this, I think, to you, but.
So don't tell them.
Yeah, I think before is that basically is that this is a really incredibly tactical course. Like you don't train for a marathon and then show up and run Boston. You train for the Boston Marathon because the course is different, things are different, so on and so forth. And I think that plays to Desi's strength, because I know I'm biased when I say this, but I always feel like she's the smartest racer, tactician, whatever you want to call it, whatever label you want to put on that. I think she's always the smartest in the field. Well, what happened today was Mother Nature threw the big dilemma at everybody, which means that there was a whole additional amount of thinking that had to take place, and a whole additional kind of tactics on top of the course that's already there that some people aren't prepared for. Then they had this in addition to, and I thought her chances of victory improved tenfold just based on the forecast carrying out through all week the way it did. And it's so funny because you talk to people on the streets and they go, well, you never know, it might shift, it might shift, patterns might change. And I was saying, I hope not. So it's like, this is what I wanted. Yeah, exactly. So it was kind of, it was.
What did change? Like, tactically, what did you change to factor in?
What changes, the biggest thing for her is that she always wants to make the race longer. Make people hurt for a longer period of time. And so normally what happens in that situation is if the race goes out slow, she has to infuse the pace. So she has to go to the front and do something, and then maybe back off if somebody else is willing to take it. But if not, you have to make people suffer for a longer period of time, because we don't want to turn it into a 5K race. We want it to be a marathon, and we want it to be longer. And today, I think the pressure was off on her, because she knew from the start, it doesn't matter how fast or slow we're running. I don't have to infuse additional pain. Mother Nature's doing that for me. That additional pain is being infused just by the what's going on in the elements, everything else. So I think it made her job easier, because she wasn't saying, oh shoot, one more mile like that and I'm going to have to go to the front. Today she's saying, let's just relax here. Everybody's suffering right now, and that's a good thing. So,
given her fitness, do you think she could have won today if it was 50 degrees and still, or do you think she needed the weather to beat this kind of field?
I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to answer that question. Honestly, I really, that's not an attempt to duck the question. I think it's just simply. It wasn't, you know what I mean? So this is what we had today, and so for that reason, that's why I thought her odds increased tenfold. I think that she was fit enough to win in a lot of situations, but this certainly helped us.
Yeah, I guess I was curious, like, her build-up, were you like, hey, she's got something really special going, this is one of her best build-ups ever, or was it typical for her? How did it...
Honestly, her build-up was very similar to her build-up last time, and her build-up last time went well enough that we thought she was capable of winning, and we made a point of sticking our neck out and saying that a whole bunch before, and I don't know if that provided additional pressure or additional what, but it's funny that most people wouldn't feel this way, but she walked away disappointed with a fourth place finish last year, and so and everybody would say, that's silly, why would you do that? Everybody would be happy with a fourth place finish. Well, you know what? Not the person that just won, and not a person that had finished second here before, winning by 2 seconds. That person's goal was never to finish fourth, and so this year it was kind of more of the hype, pre-race hype surrounded a lot of other people, and it probably played into her hands a little bit, because I think I'm as good as those people. But I said that last year, and I really didn't back it up the way I wanted to.
And she took the mantle of the first American in this race.
I have no idea. I don't know. It's been 33 years exactly. So this is a Homer statement right here. But I'll tell you this, I'm glad it goes back to somebody that has Michigan ties again, like Lisa did. So
When Des took the lead, were you nervous at all, or did you think at that point she had it?
I felt at that point I felt she had it when she made a break away from the group and was 30 seconds down, or 27 seconds or whatever it was down on the lead then. I thought she had it when she made a break then, because it was far enough out that she wouldn't have made that break if she wasn't feeling like I can carry this to the finish.
There's something going around on Twitter that she thought she was going to drop out in the early miles. Is that false? Or did she say that on NBC?
She said it on NBC.
Yeah, so you haven't heard that from
No,
her?
I haven't heard that.
mean, have
I
you
never
talked to
thought
her?
that.
Did she suffer, or could she run London next week?
Oh no, she's not.
Was it a really hard effort for her? Or was
Yeah,
she just
no, I think
something-
it was definitely a hard effort for her. Are you kidding? Yes, absolutely. I think she just embraced the weather when other people said, I'm going to kind of pretend it's not going on here.
Where were you actually to watch the race?
We go out to the 10K mark and watch it on a big screen TV there until they hit us. And so, and then from there, jump on, we're in a car, take Highway 9 up, and we see them at 14 miles, and then straight to Cleveland Circle.
In terms of where she makes a move and makes a push, how much of that is planned in advance, or how much of that is just sort of how it unfolds as the race goes on?
Well, today we wanted it to be as late as possible, only not, but it depends on who's in the field. But she wanted to go as late as possible, only because of Mother Nature. You know, I mean, you don't want to lead into the wind for a whole period of time, but you want to be leading into the wind when you hit Boylston Street. So.
Just one thing, really quick. The champions press conference will begin momentarily. Just
Oh,
wanted to interrupt
yeah,
you.
that's what you want to see. Not me.
Coming down the stretch there, just, when you see those pictures, she's wrapping the flag, and then just to describe what that scene is.
Yeah, I had already seen that vision when at Cleveland Circle where I saw her last, and I said, she just made up 30 seconds on the people that are going backwards right now, and I'm sitting there and fourth is way back, and so there's nobody coming from behind, and she's pulling away, and she knows the course as well. She knows every crack and crevice of this course, and right then is when the first time I saw the flag wrapped around her, and she was still 20 minutes away from physically doing it.
Did she ever vocally explain to you how she envisioned winning Boston?
No, she vocally shared with me before how much it sucked losing by 2 seconds, but no, she didn't. She's never shared with me how that vision actually goes through her head.
Did you get a chance to see her after the race? What did you talk to her?
Yeah, I saw her in here for just briefly to say congratulations, so on and so forth, and things, and proud of you.
What's the biggest difference, I guess, that you've seen and that's made her so mentally and physically strong from the first day you got her as an athlete?
I think she's developed incredibly as an athlete, and so I think any success she had was success that that she did a better job of envisioning than I did. She always saw things before I did. She's smarter than I am in those things, and so I think honestly, for her, I think this is way less of a surprise for Des than it is for almost everybody else, myself included.
And you mentioned Michigan ties earlier. I bought my first pair of running shoes at Hanson's, just as a heads up too. But what do you feel
Everybody
about
else
the
I want
fact
to talk to this gentleman.
how do you feel about the fact that Boston's going to claim her now?
Oh no, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You got to remember, before Meb, Greg Meyer was held that mantle forever, and that's a Michigan guy. And then, but he's a Michigan guy that moved out to Boston, trained in Boston, so on and so forth. And so, I mean, I don't know. I think that I like the Michigan ties always, because when you think hot spots for training and hot spots for running, nobody thinks Michigan, even though they show up in results over and over and over again. So, so we're proud of that.
How about Claremont, Florida?
Yeah, Claremont, Florida, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah.